Emma took down her engagement ring highlight at 10:12 p.m. Not forever, not even for the night. 13 minutes. That was all. She had fought with Lucas, her fiancé, over something small enough to sound stupid when you say it out loud. His ex, Bree, had liked his sister's wedding planning post. Lucas said it meant nothing. Emma said she knew it probably meant nothing. Then somehow, they were both standing in the kitchen at 9:58 p.m., talking in that careful voice people use when the real fight is underneath the fight. So, at 10:12, Emma opened Instagram, went to her profile, and hid the highlight with the ring photo. No announcement, no breakup post, no dramatic caption, just the ring highlight disappearing for 13 minutes. And this is where it got weird. Nobody liked anything. Nobody commented. Bree did not view a story. Lucas did not text. There was no obvious move. But the Instagram profile visit times started clustering right after it happened. 10:18, 10:21, 10:24. Emma was not trying to prove who viewed her Instagram profile. She knew one profile visit does not tell the whole story, but she kept staring at the visit time because the timing felt too close to ignore. The part that bothered her was not one visit, it was the repeat. Because this was not the first time. 2 weeks earlier, Emma had moved her wedding date highlight from the third spot to the first spot on her profile. She only did it because her cousin asked where the date was. It was visible, public, boring. June 14th, white background, tiny serif letters. That night, the profile visits came in around 8:40. The next morning, Lucas mentioned that Bree had asked a mutual friend whether the wedding was still in June. Lucas said it casually, too casually. Emma laughed it off in the moment because what else do? You do not want to be the person who builds a whole argument out of Instagram timing. You do not want to sound like you are checking every shadow around your own engagement. But when the ring highlight disappeared and the visit times bunched up again, Emma stopped laughing. She sent Maya a screenshot and wrote, "Tell me I am being insane." Maya did not tell her that. She wrote, "One time is nothing. Show me the pattern." That sentence changed the whole night. Emma opened Synapse AI because she did not want a magical answer. She wanted the timeline outside of her head. The first thing she looked at was not a name, it was time. When did visits cluster? What had she changed right before that? Did the same kind of visit happen after normal posts, or only after wedding-related profile changes? That is the difference people miss. A single Instagram profile visit can be random. A repeated visit window after the same emotional trigger is a different kind of information. It is still not a verdict. It is not proof of love, jealousy, cheating, or anything clean enough to put in a caption, but it can show you why something feels off. Emma wrote down 4 moments. First, she posted a dress shop story. Nothing happened. Second, she pinned the wedding date highlight to the front. Visits clustered that night, and Bree asked about the date through a friend the next morning. Third, Emma changed her profile photo to one where the ring was barely visible. Visits clustered again, this time during Lucas's lunch break, which was also when Bree usually posted. Fourth, Emma removed the ring highlight for 13 minutes after the fight. Visits clustered 6 minutes later. Maya looked at the list and said, "I still would not accuse anybody from this." Emma said, "I know." And she did know. That was what made it worse in a way. She was not looking for proof. She was looking for permission to ask the question she had been swallowing for weeks. The next clue came the following afternoon. Emma did something tiny, almost petty, honestly. She changed the wedding date highlight cover from June 14th to a blank cream square. No text, no ring, no date. She left it up for 6 minutes. Then she changed it back. 19 minutes later, a private account requested to follow her. The username was not Bree's name. It was a floral account with no posts, 12 followers, and a profile picture of white lilies. That meant nothing by itself, except Bree's old Instagram bio, the one Emma remembered from months ago because of course she remembered, had said, "White lilies over roses." Emma stared at the request until her phone locked. Then she unlocked it and stared again. This is the point where people usually want the story to become simple. They want the account to be Bree. They want Lucas to confess. They want one clean answer to fall out of the phone. But real life is usually more annoying than that. The account was not proof. The visit times were not proof. The lilies were not proof. What they gave Emma was a map of where her anxiety kept touching something real. She could see that her normal selfies did not create the same pattern. Food posts did not, gym stories did not, random memes did not, wedding signals did. The ring, the date, the profile photo, the highlight order. Every time Emma touched the public version of her engagement, the profile visit timing changed. So, that night, she did not ask Lucas, "Is your ex stalking me?" That would have turned the whole thing into a fight about proof, and Lucas was very good at winning fights about proof. She asked a cleaner question. Why did Bree know the wedding date changed? Lucas looked confused for half a second, then not confused. That half second told Emma more than the phone had. He said Bree had asked his sister about the date because she saw people talking about June. He said he did not tell her anything directly. He said he had not messaged her. Then Emma asked why he never mentioned the first time Bree asked. That was when the conversation finally became honest. Lucas admitted he had been trying to keep everything quiet because he did not want drama before the wedding. He thought if he acted like Bree did not exist, Emma would stop worrying. But that made Emma feel like she was fighting a ghost through her own Instagram profile. And that was the real problem, not the private floral account, not one cluster of profile visits, not even Bree. The problem was that Emma was planning a future with someone who kept making her feel unreasonable for noticing public signals that were actually happening around her. Synapse AI did not tell Emma who loved who. It did not hand her a confession. It did not turn Instagram into a crystal ball. It helped her separate panic from pattern. And once she saw the pattern, she stopped asking her phone to solve a relationship question. She asked Lucas instead. That is the part worth remembering. If one person checks your profile once, let it breathe. People tap things, people get curious, people are messy. But if the same kind of visit keeps showing up after the same kind of public change, do not force yourself to pretend you noticed nothing. You still need judgment. You still need boundaries. You still need a real conversation. But sometimes the pattern is what gives you the courage to have it.